So, you've ever had one of those moments in life where you're given just the smallest little bit of information, and it probably was even information that you heard at some point before, but for whatever reason, it just kind of gives you this aha moment and a light bulb goes off, and your mind's just kind of blown into a whole new area of understanding? Well, that happened to me in a nutrition class that I was in a couple of years ago. So I'm a certified nutritionist, but something that was mentioned in one of our classes, which you probably already know, was that certain vitamins are oil soluble and certain vitamins are water soluble, and that minerals are more water soluble. And in that moment, I just had this epiphany of, oh my God, that's why we use salad dressing. Okay, so stick with me here because this has greatly shifted my life. So if you consider that, for instance, vitamin A is more oil soluble, and vitamin B, or the arrangement, the assortment B complex, are more water soluble, along with vitamin C, and that minerals are more water soluble as well. And you look at vinegar, which is this extraction agent that pulls minerals into it, and oil, which is an extraction agent that pulls lipid soluble things into it, it makes sense that we would be dressing our salad with this substance that actually helped us to absorb the nutrition that's in the vegetables that we're eating, right? Mind blown. So that gave me this inspiration in my own life to try to figure out ways that I could, in essence, add more nutrition into my diet just by way of things that I ate. And one of those things is through vinegar. So if you don't know me, my name is Katie Delaney. I am a medicine maker, a certified nutritionist, herbalist, and aromatherapist. And something that has helped me through the course of a number of years is something that many of us probably have in our kitchen cupboards, which is apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar is an amazing extraction agent. It's actually one of the key components of my fire cider that is a cold, like, arch nemesis because it will just kick it right out of your system. Fire cider is this combination of honey and vinegar with infused herbs that help to activate our body's vital systems to fight off respiratory illnesses. So a couple of years ago, not only did I start making fire cider, I started making infused vinegars just to use in my home with salad dressings. And when we had the huge worldly incident of respiratory illness that went around a couple of years ago in 2020, the school that I teach at totally shut down, like many schools throughout the world, and went online. Now, one of the things that I did when I went home and was just working from home was that I just dove into my herbal allies. And one of the things that I did was focus on my nutrition through the avenue of vinegar. So I took apple cider vinegar and a whole bulb of raw garlic, and I threw it in my blender. I buzzed it all up together, skin and all, let it sit for about 2 hours just to infuse, and then I strained it. And then I had that vinegar on hand to use in salads, to add to soups, to add to really anything savory that I wanted to give a little kick of garlic to give my immune system some help. And that, honestly, I feel like helped me get through that time and stay above the water when it came to the respiratory illness that was going around. And one thing that I just did recently, which I think is something that I encourage everyone actually to do, because when we look at what's going on with our food situation, particularly in America, our soil is being depleted. And so the quality of our food, the nutrients in our food and vitamins that are available in our food isn't as rich and as it was just like 40 years ago before we started using this commercial means of agriculture in our country. And so one thing that we can do as herbalists, we know that we can actually drink these nutrient-dense teas so that we can add this nutrition back into our body, because most herbs are really still rich in all of this nutrition. But lots of people don't like the habit of drinking herbal teas. So another avenue that you can do, which I offer to you and remind you of today, because you likely have this information stuck or tucked away in your brain somewhere, is that you can infuse apple cider vinegar, which actually already has its own minerals and vitamins in it. You can infuse medicinal herbs and nutrient-dense herbs into that vinegar so that you have an even more powerful ally to add to your food. So one thing that I did a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I made an apple cider vinegar that I infused with a number of different herbs that are in the garden here. I put in nettles, I had dandelion leaf, dandelion flower, I added some garlic, some fennel, a couple of hibiscus flowers, which is why it has this really pretty red color, and some rosemary. And I let that infuse in this apple cider vinegar for a couple of weeks. And every time that I walked by it, I just did a little happy dance with it. And then just the other day, I strained it off. So now I have this beautiful infused apple cider vinegar. This is not actually red wine vinegar. This is the infused apple cider vinegar, which I will add to my salads and to my soups as just an extra little kick of nutrition. And so I offer this as an encouragement to you all. If you have an abundance of nutrient-dense herbs in your garden or even in your yard that are, not sprayed with pesticides, that you can infuse your own apple cider vinegar with that. You can also ask your friends if they have those herbs in abundance in their yard, if you can come and make an apple cider vinegar together. You can also use just different things that you have at home. Let's say you buy an abundance of rosemary and you don't have to use it all for a meal. Throw it in apple cider vinegar. If you have lemon peels from having lemon in your lemon water, throw it in your apple cider vinegar. These are things that you can add nutrition into your diet with in really simple ways that I think if we just weave that little stitch in, we can ensure not our own health, but also the health of our community. So that's my little snippet from my own travels or journey in life, my own kind of aha moment. If you have a favorite recipe that you like to infuse with apple cider vinegar or something else, feel free to share it below. I'll also go ahead and link to an article I wrote on this subject as well so that you can have more information if you're interested in it. I hope you are well and stay well, and I send a good wish to you. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.